Hey guys, this is week 3 of our series called Not My World, where we are going to dig one more time into the book of Daniel, the story of Daniel. And so it's been really cool to discuss this stuff over the last 2 weeks, and now this is our third week where I'm in love with this book. I think it's an amazing book for so many reasons, on so many levels, from either the amazing stories like the Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the fiery furnace, or the dreams that Daniel interprets that tell the future. But one of the things that Daniel often has is he has this ability from God to hear from God and receive visions. Okay, and so a lot like a vision, let me just show you. I'm at this trailhead, and so you can see, you go down the road, and there's a trail that is headed somewhere, right? And if you've ever done taken any trips on trails or done anything that deals with trails, maybe you've climbed a mountain, you know that there are things along the way that are hard. There are boulder fields. There are times where you go up and you come back down and it feels like you've gained no ground, and things like that. And a lot of times visions are like that, visions from God. And specifically with Daniel, he was troubled by the visions that God was giving him about the future and future events and things that were going to particularly affect his people and his nation. And so in this moment of need, Daniel goes to God in prayer. He prays to God fervently. He fasts for 21 days, and he's just troubled. After receiving some of these visions, even his skin turns pale. Like, just for instance, there's a lot that goes into this, where I think you can imagine how troubling that would be, right? You get this vision that doesn't look good for your people, and that's where Daniel is. And so he's been in prayer, and then he receives a message from the Lord, and that's what I want to share with you tonight. It says, "While I was speaking and praying, confessing my sin and the sin of my people Israel, and presenting my plea before the Lord my God for the holy hill of my God, while I was speaking in prayer, the man Gabriel, whom I had seen in a vision at the first, came to me in swift flight at the time of evening sacrifice. He made me understand, speaking with me and saying, 'O Daniel, I have now come out to give you insight and understanding. At the beginning of your pleas for mercy, a word went out, and I have come to tell it to you, for you are greatly loved. Therefore consider the word and understand the vision.'" That you are greatly loved. You see, God gave all these confusing visions to Daniel. And like us, often we can be confused by the way that God is leading us. The answers that He gives us might be confusing, and yet we are greatly loved. In the midst of all of that, the message from Gabriel applies to you. It applies to me. That we are greatly loved by this God. That when we cry out to Him, when we plead with Him, and we say, "God, I need answers right now," remember that you're greatly loved. So as we go into our small group time to unpack this, that's my encouragement to you as you read through the Scripture together with your small groups. Just remember, through that lens, that it's all about a relationship with God. That He wants to have a relationship with you, that you are greatly loved, and that makes all the difference. All right, so go ahead and unpack this together.